Hello everyone, welcome back to Hobby Ever After and episode 2 of Hobby Tales podcast. It has been a long time, but we finally have something to talk about, something we are very excited about. We're going to be showing pictures and stuff on the screen, but feel free to just listen as a podcast as well. Do whatever you like. But first, we have a disclaimer.
Yes, since we are talking about a currently ongoing Kickstarter with the entire company, and we are going to be showing their images throughout this, only just some of what has been sort of publicly made and whatnot. We want to do this disclaimer so that way nothing happens. So, this video is not sponsored or associated with Legends of Avantris. This is just our own views, theories, and ideas on Neon Odyssey. All art shown is of Legends of Avantris property, and it's not our own, nor do we claim this as our own. Everything said or talked about concerning classes or species can change, as this is recorded during May of 2026 during the Kickstarter, which means that the details we can give are subject to change. All the content we will be discussing and shown is all Legends of Avantris, and all credit goes to them for all the amazing idea and beautiful art that they have created through the Legends of Avantris team's hard work. If you are at all interested in anything that we discussed today, please go check out Legends of Avantris YouTube channel, where they have amazing videos, lots of streams, and of course an abundance of hilarious shorts. And if you want to be a part of Neon Odyssey, go to Kickstarter and be a part of the future of D&D and join in on a magical space adventure with Neon Odyssey. Yes, so anything that you see and all the stuff that we talk about is just of Neon Odyssey, which is Legends of Avantris' second campaign. If you don't know who Legends of Avantris are, they are co-founded by Mikey and Richie Gilder. They are brothers, as they have created this amazing media company where they are streaming basically 3 nights a week right now. At least they do month campaigns. They've done a lot of campaigns. You've probably seen them through their shorts created by Shizu, I believe his name is, or his YouTube name is, as they are doing their second Kickstarter, Neon Odyssey, which is a space opera filled with 42 species, 52 subclasses, and a reskinning of each class, in which has 3 books that will help you create the world of your space dreams, as they are moving up to 10 million right now. And it is amazing and it is crazy. They created the Crooked Moon, if you ever heard of that. It's a very popular folk horror campaign of D&D. Very well done, very great. We are both in a campaign of it right now, and we are enjoying it very highly. But yes, as today we are just talking about Neon Odyssey and all the stuff that is going on, since it hasn't even been a week, and they will probably reach 9,500,000 tomorrow, as they just passed over 9 million today, so they're pretty close to 10. But yes, we are just going to be going over our top 3 excited races, subclasses, and then anything else we are excited for. So what would you like to start off with?
Yeah, so do you want to tell them a little bit about the world of Neon Odyssey, like how it works, so that when we describe like these like concepts and like where these things come from and what they can do, like they have some context?
Yeah, I'll do my best so we don't have full context, but Neon Odyssey is within itself a large galaxy filled with many planets, many creatures, where you could be a bounty hunter, you could be a farmer, you could be exploring the darkness of space where these void creatures sort of reside, as they are depicted as much more being large sea creatures like anglerfish and squids. Neon Odyssey is a space opera, and for those who do not know, space opera is more of the space fun. It's not the nitty-gritty of sci-fi itself, like hardcore sci-fi fiction, like, oh, I need this type of engine and this and that. Well, what you can do in Neon Odyssey is that you can just describe, well, I need an engine to go faster, and then you can sort of get that. You don't need to do the nitty-gritty of it and stuff like that. As where this sort of takes away from Spelljammer D&D, where it was mainly about the ships and going through it. There will be many planets, as I've said before, many species, and many different creatures as well residing in space, as this is more of an ocean, I will say, as I have seen, of where there are space whales, time dolphins, and many other creatures going there. But this is also a very interesting game where they are both introducing new space mechanics, as you can hear in space, you can hear explosions, you can fight in space, as there will be new spaceship battles and stuff like that, and along with mechs. And there's also Aether poisoning, which is Aether is the outside of your ship's like sort of oxygen field and stuff like that, to where you can take damage. So each of these races that we will be discussing in subclasses each have their own unique feel. As I said, there are 52 subclasses, all of reskinned, along with their new class is the Machinist, where the Artificer was like a magic steampunk. The Machinist is the true core of, not software, of hardware, where they build things. They either can build a gravity gun, where you can like pull people in and save allies. You can be a riveteer, where you lay down turrets and you start to use them to shoot at people or upgrade or even heal if you want to. There is one where you can create like little robots to help you and to move you along. And then there's the Boom Doctor, who is the crazy scientist guy who will make like little alchemy potions or create like a large cannon that may or may not backfire on you. As also with Neon Odyssey, there are many different realms. So there's the main realm where all the galaxy is, where all the space is, and then outside of it is called the Void, where all these strange dark creatures, where life can still exist, but it has been sort of changed and altered. There is Arcadia, which is the Fey world of Neon Odyssey, in which also everything that I'm saying, Legends of Avantris have been doing a campaign of it as well. With the Void, there is a campaign called Voidbound, which is much more of a sort of horror space. There is Rootorama, based off of their Root series, very well done. This is where they play as all Arcadian creatures, where you can choose to be either strong, swift, or
smart?
No.
Mark?
No, I think it's something with flying. A soaring bitling? I think, yeah. Because strong, you are stronger, you are tankier, you are swift, you are much more agile, much more moving. And then I believe it's soaring, or it's called something else, where you sort of have a fly ability as a bitling, where you play as like the sort of Sonic or Crash Bandicoot. It's much more like the 80s retro video games and stuff like that. And that is their Feywild. There's a plane of the gods called Agathos, where these 12 gods all exist, each with different tenets and each encompassing something different. And then we move on to the Harmony. The Harmony is the life essence, where everyone is connected to the Harmony. The Harmony is a musical sort of life-connecting item, which some creatures can feel more than others, but it gives life to everything. And as life has grown and evolved, Cacophony has also came into play, where Cacophony sort of works as the hells of Neon Odyssey, where they are put into 4 factions, where Thrill is where you are seeking the thrill of things, like you are addicted to something, wanting to always get that high. There's Instinct, where you have lost all control of where anger now controls you, where everything you do is out of anger and hate. Entropy, which is the ambition part, where you want everything to be yours and everyone to serve you. And then there is Progress, where you are now a sort of robotic creature, where now you are bleak of emotion and you wish that for the future as well. These are all of what we have viewed them as and how I've taken them as well. But this is not official, as we said. This is not like officially coming from them. This is just our thoughts and ideas. Yes, and all of the Cacophony creatures as well are turned from normal people as they fall into these dark holes in themselves and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they sort of generally become like villains in the campaigns.
Yeah, like villains, evil guys, bad guys. Yeah, otherwise they work for much more higher of their fiend creatures and stuff like that too. So yeah, so yes, that is the whole of Neon Odyssey, and I can't even get to naming all the planets, everything to that, as well as we are just only doing sort of a little short of what we think that we like, what we are excited for, and everything else that we think of.
Do we want to tell them a little bit about our D&D experience?
Yeah, sure.
Because, yeah, you've been playing a lot longer than I have.
Yep.
I actually met you through D&D. And yeah, so I've been playing for about 3 years, and we've been doing a campaign together where I've been the same character for the whole time.
Yep. Oh, man. And how many years? Yeah, that's 3. No, about 3 years. Yeah. Yep. Lumi, a little fairy from the fate. This is very funny how I started out with wanting to do a Spelljammer campaign, but really working it in which way you came from what's called the Fae sector to where all these Fae creatures have immigrated into Spelljammer, and now they have their own like little paradise with elemental dragons that help govern and bring the Fae wild magic into Spelljammer. And that's where our campaign had sort of started, but it was with you and my brother and a bunch of his friends who, as young kids, they could not like fully commit as much, and things happened. So sadly, we had to move on, in which then we progressed the campaign into then a sort of what was governed as the Scary 3 arc, I will say, where these band of villains were trying to bring back their fallen son, and to one of them, their brother, as he took a hit for someone that they were trying to kill, and they felt so guilty about it, they needed to bring him back. And so they each went on their own way into a different book where each is like their own world. As it started off with Scary Mary was the mother, otherwise, where she turned all the Disney characters from the princesses to evil and the villains to good, but they were drained of their powers, so they couldn't really do a lot. And then the second one was with Sweet Sally, where she could turn people into her own candy minions in this sort of monster New York world where humans had gone extinct and monsters had taken over. And then the third one was about a sort of like animal species world where it was much more about endangered species, where each endangered species sort of had its own governance of a direction of the world. So north was the mammoth, east was a Bengal tiger, the south was of a dolphin, and then the west was of a raptor. As this world was really just all over the place, but very fun until then people had suddenly just decided not to do that one anymore, sadly. And so we changed gears again into then an Everdell / Bloomborough, which Bloomborough is a MTG set where everyone who gets into that realm is turned into little animals. And Everdell is a fun board game where you play as little creatures trying to govern a little town. And so we've been playing with that one for, about a year now, right?
Yeah, probably at least.
Yeah.
In the Everdell world, yeah.
Yeah, with now everyone, as we now have a fully good, committed group who, as far as I see, nothing is going to happen in the future, hopefully. I'm really hoping not, as everything has been going well, and and now with Neon Odyssey coming out, I was already planning as to going back to Spelljammer to help finish it off, but now with Neon Odyssey, that just opens up a whole new can of beans and stuff like that.
Because, we were talking about, my person is a fairy in Spelljammer, and then these guys made, like, a fairy race called the Navali, and so I was like, oh, maybe if we could, like, evolve her into one of those or something, but...
Yes, as I'm a very lenient DM, and I'm already like, you guys get to choose a race that you can sort of take in as you're going back, but then subclasses I'm going to have to think about, and it's like, we can try and figure something out, because I think that would be very fun for you guys and really get you guys into Neon Odyssey and stuff like that. But otherwise, as of recently, as a new store has popped up, we actually helped kickstart as well back in our hometown. They opened up, and now we've been playing D&D there since the fall, right? Yeah.
Probably.
As we've been playing in 2 different campaigns. The fall, one of just like a sort of regular D&D homebrew world, which has become very nice, very fun. We both got to play new classes, as you got to play you're playing a
barbarian.
Yeah, but a stone giant barbarian. But now
you're
a
hill giant.
But now you're a tree hill giant.
Goliath, not giant.
Oh, Goliath. Yes, that's right. As you have now turned into a tree.
Yes.
And I am a crow, a bird person, rogue, who's like, I'm Betias, not you. And he's supposed to be a funny cowboy, but he's just turned into a crazy old man at this point. And then our second campaign, which I am so excited that we got to join. They had 2 people drop out, and I'm like, yes! So we have now joined up in a Crooked Moon campaign, which is just a blast. I love the book. I've read the book. I really want to read the book again, but I'm holding myself back so that way I don't ruin things or anything. But so far, it's really fun. It's really good. I'm playing a scarecrow person, a Harvestborn called Professor Pestilence, where his curse is that he lost his family of his brothers and sisters and his father, as he now has to try and find the other horsemen of his school.
Yeah, and I'm playing a werewolf, curseborn type of person, sorcerer, with a blood bending sort of subclass.
Yeah, you're a blood sorcerer.
So yeah, and her family lineage had been cursed, and so we came up with everybody in the family had a different bat appendage, but so I have wings and I think that I can fly, but I can't actually fly. And so I'm just trying to
you should take the spell fly though.
Just to gaslight myself and actually but yeah, so I'm just trying to get rid of my curse. That's my goal.
Yeah. Yes. As with the Crooked Moon, you were given sort of what is your character doing, story prompts basically, which I feel as though greatly help the story, especially as a majority of our group is new players. As I look at it, or otherwise very in person first, which is very much a new thing to us. We've never played online, nor did we really know anyone who played online until we got to this game store, where it turns out a lot of people just played online and stuff like that. And this is the big thing between Crooked Moon and Neon Odyssey, where Neon Odyssey is spread through 3 books. One that is the sort of handbook, so has a lot of the reskin of the classes, races, subclasses, and then some adventures. Then there's another one with more setting and world building with more subclasses and more adventures. And then the third one is, I believe, full adventures and more. They're all spread throughout the 3 books. So we have already gotten in our order on the Kickstarter, and we are so excited as each tier is being basically unlocked each day. And it's just awesome and amazing. Goals. Yep, and new stretch goals as the next one at 10 million will now be a combat music album, which will be very fun.
Yeah, for sure.
As they've already unlocked the regular Atmosphere music album, which is just insane, just great. And also, as well, they have 2 wonderful music videos out as well.
Fantastic.
Wonderful, fantastic. It's so great. And they also do have, other than just, they do have a mech campaign called Waltz for Eternity, and then a Starlight Lounge, which is sort of a more emotional, underground sort of campaign, where a group of guys running a bar, they all suddenly find a girl and they get wrapped up in this huge mess. It's very well done, very well done. And if you also want to listen to it, Stardust Rhapsody as well is very funny, very great, very lovable, as that is where this all sort of comes from. As they built this, they made that campaign and they started to fall in love with all the space features, but they wanted to change it to make it better, and so they did.
So that was from a few years ago?
Yes, so their Stardust Rhapsody Overture, which is their first series, but I would say probably listen to Anthem, as that is more closely attuned to Neon Odyssey, I would say, where they do take things from Overture, they do hint back at it a little bit, but probably listen to Anthem first and then listen to Overture, as Overture isn't exactly as canon. As I've been fans of Avantris for a long time. I remember just when they were starting out their Witchlight campaign, which was very good, very funny. I started to see shorts of it, and then I started to listen to it as I painted and as I prepped, and as I especially did college work. It was amazing. They're amazing people. I think you should definitely go give them a watch. They have a hardcore campaign. They have a Curse of Strahd campaign. They have their own Crooked Moon campaign, in which then helped them write the Crooked Moon. All of this was just from an idea that they had, that then they put out into the world and made. and it was crazy and amazing.
Yeah, they said they've been working on Neon Odyssey for, 2 years?
Yeah, I think, or even a little bit more.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because it takes so long to write this. I mean, they're even right now still having to make new stretch goals due to them going up so fast, as they got to, what, 5 million in the first day?
Yep, 5.3 million in 24 hours.
5.3 million in 24 hours. Funded in seconds. And I was at home. I had the day off. I was just waiting and watching, and they crashed Kickstarter, but I was the 259th backer. Crazy how I was there clicking on the buttons all going, 259. That number one must have felt so lucky.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I got super into it as well, like really interested in the the math of it for whatever reason. I'm really not a math person, but I just thought it was fascinating just how fast it could go and trying to figure out how much money they could make in total. So I made a whole little short about it. You can go watch if you want, but yeah, my estimate has lowered a little bit as it slowed down. I'm guessing they'll probably end up making between 14 and 16 million, maybe.
Yeah, probably, because it all really depends as they even did extend the dice, which they are no longer doing, and we already passed that threshold of getting free dice. So whether you were a VIP from before or also ordered within the first 72 hours. It's just too far gone. We're sorry, I just had to bring it up, but do not go asking them for it. Do not go asking them for VIP. Nikki, who is in charge of their HR, do not bother her with that. Just ask her about regular Kickstarter questions, and join the Discord as well when you join up with the Kickstarter as well. They have great answers for you there as well, as Kickstarter is a big new thing to a lot of people, and so it can be a lot. Yeah, like you were sort of just hanging around when I was watching streams and stuff like that, but what else has been your experience with Legends of Avantris?
Yes. So yeah, I hadn't heard of them at all until I met him. Like, I had been listening to some Critical Role, Vox Machina, their first campaign, but yeah, you just started showing me some of their funny shorts, like the wings with the sauces and the...
yes, the sauces. Oh, I guess I'll eat this dry. Thanks, Duncan. That's Legends of Avantris trademarked, and that is all theirs. We do not take any credit for that joke.
Yeah, no, it's definitely watch their shorts. They're hilarious.
Hilarious, and very well animated as well. Especially as they have two different animators from time to time I see do the same shorts, and they're so fun to watch side by side, and then to rewatch old campaigns, and then suddenly that joke just comes up, and it's like, just breaks the entire cast. It's very well done.
But yeah, so I've just kind of been like... what is it, symbiosis or whatever, coming from, or meiosis, I don't know. I've been absorbing it because you've been watching it constantly. Yes. And so I was like, this seems kind of cool, and then I looked into it more and was like, oh yeah, this will be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, lots and lots of fun. I'm obsessed with it. I am just obsessed with Neon Odyssey at this point. It is going to change D&D, as it has already broken records. They've already over doubled what they made from the Crooked Moon. I'm sure that they'll probably break the Critical Role thing too, possibly. Yeah, and they've already broken the Heliana and Ryoko's Guide to Monsters. As the only one that I can see them not breaking would be the Cosmere role-playing game, which is a Brandon Sanderson RPG. As this is the year of RPGs, and it's just going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else you wanted to say about that before we move on to the next topic?
No, I think we can get right on into it.
All right. So, what we are about to talk about is races. We will be showing an image. This is all of Legends of Avantris art. We will just be showing it for a quick moment, just let you analyze it, let you take it in. But this is also public with Legends of Avantris, so you can just search it up. It will show up. You can look at it anywhere else as well. But this is all of Legends of Avantris images that we will be showing. We do not claim any of this, nor did we make any of this. This is all done by the fantastic art and creative team, as each of these pieces are magnificent and beautiful. As let's start off with our most excited races we will be playing.
Yeah, or just that sounds the most interesting.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to?
Yes, I'm very excited. As my probably top out of 42 races is a dinosaur. Rar. As specifically the deep fin Asaurian dinosaur, in which then I have resistance to cold and I can have swim speed. With the Saurians, they are dinosaur people, as you could not tell, with different lineages, as the Saurians are one of the oldest creatures. They're not known to be the first sentient, but they are one of the oldest races upon Neon Odyssey, as they have evolved and adapted into different lineages, which lineage is much more of the deep fin, so more aquatic. Quick claw, so much more of, I would say, the raptor type. Rawhide for like ankylosaurs, big tough herbivores. Sharp tooth for your Tyrannosaurus rex, and skywing for your pterodactyl, or flavor it as however you want, with each lineage giving its own thing. And this is the beautiful thing about Legends of Avantris. They are not making your races do like one or two things. They are making it so that way you can flavor it however you want, in whatever way you want, as well as they will each have like different things as well. As it is great, and I cannot wait to play a Saurian. I have no idea what class I want to play as it, but just have a big old Spinosaurus creature would be super fun.
Yeah, maybe like Barbarian Juggernaut would probably make the most sense with the biggest, but yeah, you could definitely do something interesting with something else.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I was thinking like Ranger popped up in my head. I'm like, I could just be shooting arrows from the water, like you don't see me, and then, well, bam, arrow. As you can go.
Okay, mine aren't in really any particular order. Because I haven't done as big of a deep dive as you, but the one that's probably the most similar to regular D&D maybe, but I just love the art style of it so much, is the Solari, which I think you said are just sort of like elves.
Yes, elves with sort of a Phoenix touch, where they have an ability called Phoenix Rising, and then something called Lightbringer's Glare. So it's like they are of the sun, as these are sort of the much more regular elves, I think so, as they are much more magically imbued. As the other elf race is the Nularian. They're sort of the dark elves of the race as well.
But yeah, like the I don't know if he's necessarily like the main guy of the campaign. But like
Andy? Pike?
Pike, yes.
Yep.
He's heavily featured in one of the music videos. And yeah, it's just like they all have just these beautiful gradients of hair and like skin tones, and I'm just like, oh, gorgeous.
Yes, they are very powerful too. But yes, Pike I would not say is like the main character, but he is very main character wise that a lot of people do like. And the music video is about a sort of redemption journey that they came up for him, as we can all relate to Pike in that sort of moment and stuff like that. Anything?
No, I think, I guess it kind of reminds me of with the sun thing. I loved to watch a show called Winx Club as a kid. They were fairies, but one of them was like the fairy of the sun, and like the moon, and so that kind of reminds me of that. So could probably bring in some sort of tie into that.
Funny. Yes, my second that I am excited to play is the Merexian, which is a sort of aquatic creature. As imagine a squid that has a shell on its head, as they are a sort of much more inventor species from a planet, as they are very smart, they are very wise, but they are just these sort of squid people, and they have beautiful shells on their head. And once you do join the Discord by either Kickstarter, or if you were already a VIP, definitely check out the sneak peeks, as they show wonderful behind the scenes art that they were drawing, ideas and stuff like that. But we will only be showing the actual like art, that erase art and stuff like that. For all the other art, just gotta join that Discord, as it is beautiful. I really love them. I really like aquatic creatures, and octopuses are among my favorite. And so to have this sort of large webbed creature, sort of giving off Davy Jones vibes almost as well from Pirates of the Caribbean. Absolutely. And I could just imagine playing one more as like a wizard or a sorcerer as well.
I'm now looking at the image now. It's reminding me of Octodad, which is a game. Which, oh my gosh, that's funny.
Hold on. Good Lord. I'm sorry. We gotta show a picture of Octodad. What?
It's such a funny game. Oh my god.
A game about destruction, deception, and fatherhood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
None of his family knows that he's an octopus, and the whole point is to make them not know.
What?
It's sort of like I Am Bread almost, with like the controls, like just very,
very, very strange creatures.
Yeah. But the art reminds me of that.
Yes, but the Merexian definitely going to be very funny. And as I said before, sorry that we have not been calling the class names by their actual names. Let's go over that real quick. As I said before, they did a reskin of all the classes, and you're probably thinking, what do you mean by reskin? I mean like much more flavored towards space. Like they will also be doing like in a whole updated spells called different names and stuff like that. So like maybe detecting thoughts is like now called hack or something like that, as there's much more technology and much more different flavor ways. As the barbarian is now called Juggernaut, the bard is called the icon, the cleric is called the oracle, the druid is called the primalist, the fighter is the soldier, the monk is the disciple, paladin the enforcer, ranger is the tracer, rogue is the scoundrel, sorcerer is esper. And the great thing with sorcerers now, they made them more psychic, sort of, which fits in a lot better, I feel like, than like the lineage thing, which the lineages sort of were okay, but meh. The warlock is the cryptist, and the wizard is the grid runner, and then the machinist is not the artificer, as they are two different classes. But yes, let's go on to your second species.
Yeah, so I just realized one thing we forgot to mention about the world is something called the Hypergrid.
Oh, yes.
Which I'm sure you could probably explain it better than me, but...
I'll try. So within this world, there is another sort of plane called the Hypergrid, made of ones and zeros, where this is where wizards called grid runners can take upon their magic and hack into the tech, whether it be a spaceship or even a tiny little cell phone. This is sort of another power source where magic comes from in much more of the technology sense and stuff like that, as this world has advanced into which is what is called hypertech, where it's tech-infused magic, in which then grid runners or anyone who can use the hypergrid can use that to get into places that they could not before. And some creatures also have spawned from the hypergrid as well, as I'm sure the next one you are about to say is the hypergrid.
Yep. So there is a race that comes directly from there. They are like completely digital, called the Isotron. And yeah, I just think that is a very interesting concept to have something that's like not a robot, but still like not AI either. Like it is sentient and like, but it's just it's very interesting to me.
What I have for it is Isotrons, robot creatures made of code, are compromised of code. So they are completely made of code and can slip into the code, as they can still sort of wear clothes and stuff like that, but they have much more of like a tech sort of fluid body, where there is a robot race called Anatrons, a robot race that has a hyperspark soul, to where they are connected with the harmony, the life force, along the same lines as all other sentient beings. And then there is another race that is sort of like the Tikal, which are stone people with a stone empowered by the harmony. So the harmony is the power of life, as they can be used to power these different creatures, give souls, restore life and stuff like that. As definitely like we said, these are all our just ideas, views, and thoughts of what information we have right now. I have not super scoured the wiki much at all, which is all fan made. I've not gone into other deep dives. I've tried to go into as many of the live stream days as I can to try and get as much information from the questions people ask. But we do not have all the answers. And so if you do have any questions, definitely go look at different resources and stuff like that too. Or stick around here and see if maybe we get something like that in the future. Or leave a comment and I'll try my best.
Yeah, because like I have always had sort of an interest in sci-fi. Like I'm not big into like The Matrix or anything like that. But I had an idea for like a sci-fi novel where like nanobots or whatever would be in people's brains that would connect them directly to the internet and stuff like that, which seems like maybe not so much sci-fi anymore.
Have you not seen the Elon Musk Chip O'Reilly meme?
I mean, I've heard of Elon Musk doing something like this, but yeah, this was a few years ago before this all started happening, so
I never knew this.
I feel like I told you about it. But so like the point of it was that like the prince's nanobots were gonna get like hacked into, and so he was being like controlled. And so I was like, oh, could that happen to these isotrons? Like, can somebody like break into their code and like hack them and like so
possibly, because you can like hack holograms and stuff like that too, so maybe it would be possible, or maybe they do have something to stop them from happening to that. That would be very interesting to play out and see.
Mm-hmm.
It is sad that this is not coming out. Oh, we should have probably mentioned that before. As this Kickstarter comes out in 2027, as they will be sending us the PDFs beforehand, a large playtest beforehand as well before the PDFs to get people still excited, get some more info and data, as this is a very large project and they love to hear back from us as well as in the Kickstarter. In the Discord. The whole Avantris team is always talking with other people, answering questions, always doing that great and amazing job. As we will go down to my third and final species, if I can find it. There it is. The Paku, a predatory / cactus plant creatures. I recently got a plant book, a sort of cooking book, and I love the flower and plant creatures. So I'm like, but they aren't really my style. Whereas the Paku, they come from a sort of desert world where they are like cactus and venomous piranha plant creatures, and they seem really cool and super fun to play. As I could just imagine myself being this large chunk of something, or even being a druid and calling upon the nature from within myself. A primalist, sorry. So that's my third race. I think that'll be super fun.
Yeah, and mine is called the Machlian, and it gives very big Harley Quinn vibes. Basically, jesters or clowns that look pretty cool and can do some sort of tune thing.
Yep.
That reminds me of good old-fashioned Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pegasus and his tune world. So I think that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, as they are the thrill race of Cacophony, as they are people turned into jesters to follow with that thrill, as they also have like two different ways they can sort of follow along with them, as they, when you reach character level 3, you must choose the path your discordant nature takes. So you can choose the madcap, which then you become a fiend, but you turn into a little cartoon character and you can teleport from one space to another. So that really helps in case like you're playing a warlock or a little class that, has a little armor class, can just teleport somewhere to not get opportunity attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But super fun. I think that the Cacophony races are by far probably some of the more well-wanted races, as people have really fell in love with them. They are super fun, as Thrill is jesters, Entropy is more vampires, Progress is sort of like Terminator robot people, and then Instinct, they look like Predator creatures from the movie Predator. As let's move into our subclasses, as my first subclass that I am super excited to play as is a Esper, which is the sorcerer class, Symbiote, in which you are a sorcerer who has used your psychic abilities to tame the power of a creature from the void. So it's something from beyond the actual space itself. So, and it will help you in whatever way. As in the current campaigns that they are playing in the Rudorama, Hazel is playing a Esper subclass herself, where her tail has become like a living being and stuff like that. As this is sort of a tamed creature of yours that will do your bidding and do whatever you need it to, as you can flavor it however you want. It seems very fun. We don't know a lot about the subclasses, as we are just doing everything that we sort of do know from what we have. But I'm super excited for that.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I just saw that you and I
We
actually
have
one crossover.
we have a crossover.
Because I have like 15 written down. But, I picked like my top 3, which I believe are all from Arcadia, because
Yeah,
I
saw that.
absolutely love just the whole vibe of it, and it's so pretty and just looks so
you
fun.
didn't choose a bitling as one of your races too, and that's the
No.
funny thing.
They don't look as fun. I don't know. One of the subclasses that I am excited about is called the Archmage Grid Runner, which is one of the wizards. And yeah, basically they use Arcadia magic and yeah, like just basically running around doing video games in real life, more or less, it seems like.
Yes, as here, let's go to... That was the Grid Runner you said? Yep, so Archmage Grid Runner. As, yes, they seem to sort of have a much more 80s style magic of sort of blocks and stuff like that. As, who knows what they can do. Probably very fun things.
Oh, yeah.
As my second, which I was a huge fan of 2014's Druids, but 2025 did not interest me as much, but now I'm very invested. As my next one is from the Druid, the Primalist, is the Splicer, in which you sort of take on a much more DNA scientist sort of look, sort of class to yourself, as you inject yourself with different species DNA to maybe give yourself wings, become super tough like a bull, grow a tail. You are changing yourself to your situations, as you are sort of combining this DNA into yourself, trying to adapt and become better, which I find super fun. And depending on whatever campaign you're in, like if the creature kills like a big thing, you can take some of that blood and maybe use it to become a part of that creature. And so that'll be super fun.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, my second one is the Dreamer Oracle, which those are the clerics. Yep. And yeah, they can summon little creatures from Arcadia to come and help you, which also seems really cute and fun.
Oh yeah, super fun. And then you can take the other Primalist class. I actually had a number 4 as well.
That I have another one as well.
Okay, got it. So for me, my second one, another of the Primalists of the Druid as well, is called the Xeno Trainer, which is, you're a Pokemon trainer. You have a lot of little fun creatures. You're probably collecting them. There's probably a way to collect more throughout as well, like, and then they become like little Pokemon versions. So if you see like a big giant dragon, boo, and maybe now it can become your pet as a Pokemon. They seem very fun. I find it I love it so much because I'm a big pet DM. I love to give my players a lot of little fun sentient creatures and like little pets that can help them and do stuff, and they just add so much fun. And there's so much RP that can be done with them as well and stuff like that, or they're just fun. It's fun to have pets both in D&D and in real life, but in D&D you don't have to worry about their health insurance and stuff like that. It's all great.
Yeah, and I really hope that they actually do put in like a system to like train them up, and like, because that would be really cool.
Oh yeah, that'll be super cool. Instead of just like the ranger, the ranger class, the tracer class in this also has a for all those who are wondering, they do have a Beastmaster sort of class called the Proto Stalker, where you are working as like sort of a bounty hunter, and you have a dinosaur companion with you that I believe might have a better, I would believe, because they've really talked about how well they've worked on all the classes to make them each a little bit better, where the dinosaur will much more level up as it will with you and stuff like that. I think that'll be super fun.
Yes.
oops, sorry. I just had the funniest idea for a ammonite, which is another creature within this world, which they are mushroom people, having an ammonite tracer, who is the ranger, have a protostalker, taking the protostalker subclass to have a dinosaur as their companion, where they can ride it as Yoshi.
That's so funny.
Yep, I was like, that's perfect. Never mind. Okay, next fun one-shot character.
Yeah, and if you were curious, yes, you can be a dinosaur person and have a pet dinosaur.
Yes, you can. Oh my goodness, yes, you can.
Because yes, different levels of sentience. Gotta love that in RPGs.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I'm also very excited for the Xeno Trainer. But something else that I found looked very interesting is the Echo Scoundrel, which is a rogue, which can like meddle with time. It said they can like go back in time, within the combat, and I'm like, what?
Yes. Within the Voidbound campaign, Andy, he also plays a Scrim, and he plays a Poglin, which is a bat and pig-like species mashed together, as they are chosen by Lady Luck. So they're like gremlins, they're the goblins of the world, I feel like, where they have luck. But this is based off of, I feel, much more of Echo from Arcane, where he can like go back in time a little bit. And same with the Scoundrel, where you can sort of like go back and not take the damage and go back to where you originally were.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm sure there'll probably be some sort of consequence for that.
You have certain charges.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and so it's like, how many charges can you do? And maybe it's like a system where the less charges you have, maybe something will happen and stuff like that. But it seems very powerful as well. Like, to be quite honest with everyone, this is going to change D&D.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to change everything. I know Spelljammer was a big old, like, ugh to people because I've read the books too. The Bestiary is the best one, and with the races, as it doesn't really give you world building, a lot more to do, furthermore of stuff. It's really the nitty-gritty of spaceships and stuff like that. As this is a whole new flavor redesign, and this is what D&D has needed for their sci-fi, as sci-fi is becoming more and more popular in this day and age, and they've needed to do that other than just let it be about giant hamsters.
Yeah, and if you do like the nitty-gritty like spaceship stuff, they do still have like stat blocks for spaceships and stuff.
They've been doing so much because they've had to do mechs, large spaceships, your little own mini spaceships, and enemy ships of all factions, as there are 12, I can't remember how many factions. There's a lot of factions though, in which each faction has its own sort of theme to it as well, which will be very fun and very great. Yes, those are just to be quite honest. And Avantris team, they have also said this as well. They wish that they could play every race and every subclass, or there's so many different like mixed matches as well. But there's just not that much time enough in a lifetime as for all the races that you could play and do with the subclass. I don't know if I could do it in my lifetime of one shots, unless you lived your entire life doing the campaigns, which would be beautiful and amazing. But yes, a lot of great things that we are so excited for. But I think the best thing about this as well is how it has renewed our love for D&D. As we've loved doing our campaign, we've loved playing and stuff like that. And it's very funny, I started to work on, as I've probably mentioned before in not toy videos, but in videos before, talking about working on like a little toy RPG and stuff like that, where you can, it's sort of Toy Story wise, where you play as a toy of a certain, and been working on that, and then they put this out, and listening to them talk about it has just really kickstarted my mind and really gotten me back into it. It's gotten me, as I've been a forever DM for so long, and now even being as a player as well, I'm just so excited for it. I'm so excited for D&D again. And seeing this large community as well, as what they got up to, like 40, how many VIPs did they have?
At least 44,000.
At least 44,000. That's 44,000 people that committed to being a VIP. And then there is, I will see real quick how many backers that they have as well. It's just crazy the amount of people who are wanting to see this brought to life and just really want this. As we have talked in person with people, as I've talked in person with people about it, it's just crazy. as of today, of May 11th, they are at $9,194,113, 26,232 backers with 23 days to go.
Pretty crazy.
It's just insane. It's crazy, crazy. And I am so happy for them, as this has taken so much work, so much time, as they have talked about doing just working through the nights and staying up late, trying to do as much as they can. Because this is a dream. And this is a dream for them, and that's just so beautiful.
Yeah, I am so excited. Like, if we're having this much fun with Crooked Moon, and, like, this is just one book, like... I can't even imagine, like, how much fun this is going to be. I mean, part of it is the people we're playing with as well. It just makes it absolutely hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited. Mm-hmm.
And I will say this. If you ever join a group and you're like, oh, new people at D&D, they're going to ruin this. They will not. They will never ruin that. I've played with so many new people, and the way that they view the game and how it works, some of them, younger people, they have to break that main character syndrome, but otherwise other people are like, well, why doesn't that work, DM? Or why doesn't he know that, DM? Well, it's like the DM can only do so much as the DM. And it's beautiful and amazing, and it's truly spectacular what this game brings on people and who brings it together. As this has brought us together, this has brought us together with now our new group of people who we've been playing for over a year now, year and a half, probably nearly 2 years. As it's just amazing. It's awesome and amazing to be meeting so many people and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and who knows, maybe in the future, because we have sort of a dream as well to be something like this, like a Legend of Avantris or a Critical Role or whatever.
Yeah, just to get like our own D&D content out there and to talk about it and stuff like that. I feel like that would be the big dream. Yeah, just to even just have like a full session out on the internet. I feel that would very much accomplish something in me, as I've been wanting to even make like D&D strategy, like, hey, here's like sort of prep videos and stuff like that, like this is what goes through my mind, this is what I'm thinking of, here's that and that, and it is just something where I just have to sit down and do it, but it would just be so fulfilling. And if you guys have any questions, ideas, and anything else like that too, just put it down in the comments down below. We do read and we do appreciate all the comments and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yes. We love this little community that we've been building, so
yes, super happy.
If you are still here, thank you so much for listening. And yeah, if you want to join in the hobby ever after, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. If you could like this video podcast, we would really appreciate it.
Yes. And if you are interested in Neon Odyssey, go over to Legends of Avantris. Go watch their amazing music videos, listen to some of their campaigns, like there, subscribe to them, and then if you really do feel like it, go kickstart them as well, as there's still plenty of time to do so.
Yep, you can get just one book PDF for $30, so can't get much better than that.
Oh yeah. And so yeah, just beautiful, amazing. But thank you everyone, and have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.